welcome in. Before I started this reading, I got the song I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. Just came floating through and it's gone now. So take that how it resonates. Seems like it'll fit whoever's finding this, someone that's finding this. Welcome in. Welcome to your reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Let's see what we got going on. Actually, I haven't started with my dice in a while. We're gonna start with a nice little dice roll, and I will just grab a handful at random. Oh, and a ring apparently. And we'll see what's relevant. Okay. We've got 11. Oh, we've got, okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. We've got Aries coming out twice. You really can't there. No, that's the wrong side. Hello, there it is. Aries coming out twice and Pisces. We also have the numbers 11 and 12. I've been seeing 11 like crazy personally. And we've got 4 and 8. Very interesting. 4, 8, and 12. All right, fours. Fours are relevant. Fours are all about stability. So let's see how this ties in to your reading, shall we? My cats also both insisted on being in the room while this reading is going on. This escape card has been coming out so much lately for the collective and for personal readings. And as I looked at this, because I have the word fantasy on this card, I just got the Queen song. Oh God, now I'm gonna, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Why can I not think of the name of that song? Bohemian Rhapsody, there it is. Okay. Okay, I'm getting you can't escape, but it's not like with a threatening tone. It's just like you can't escape the gifts that you have, especially spiritually. I've been speaking to a very spiritual collective recently, so a lot of encouragement on honing your skill and not being afraid of the powers that you possess within you. What deck do I want to use? I think I'm going to go with this one. All right, let's get more on this escape card. Some of you also might be feeling a little delusional if you keep seeing synchronicities or, you know, just what have you. Any spiritual messages that you might keep seeing, any confirmations that you might be getting around this time. I'm here to tell you that you are not being delusional. You are seeing confirmation right on cue when you're supposed to. Okay. Some of you are dodging and weaving something that you've been holding on to for probably since childhood. Oh, this Empress is presenting as a motherly or feminine, maternal energy right here, but it's also carrying this message of these gifts that you've been carrying for a while. Maybe you were more tuned into them as a child. Maybe you had a motherly figure that kind of discouraged you from tapping into the spiritual world. I don't know, take it how it resonates. But a lot of you have known that you've had special abilities, spiritual abilities. We're all born with them, okay? Everyone has them. If any psychic is telling you otherwise, then they're probably fraudulent. Everyone has these abilities. Some of us are, you know, a little more predisposed to being tapped into them than others, but I digress. For this collective, for the right collective that finds this, I just saw 44 on my timer. Stability, structure. Maybe you weren't able to tap into your gifts because you were brought up in a more unstable energy. yeah, you haven't been able to really get in touch with these energies. You haven't been able to alchemize them. You haven't been able to work with them to the point where you feel comfortable. However, the energy that you're standing in now is you're starting to, oh, especially with the collaboration card underneath, you're starting to get the hang of things. You're starting to grasp the concept of working with energies that you can't physically perceive, which is tricky when you first start, but it is so rewarding the more you get used to it. Some of you might just kind of nonchalantly be communicating with your spirit team. That's coming through as well. Let's see what more this collective needs to hear. You're sitting on a gold mine is what I'm getting. You're just kind of, yeah, the more and more you start understanding that you have these gifts, these abilities within you, built within you. We've got Virgo energy here, but this Hermit card is all about self-discovery. I do feel like there's some shadow work that's coming to the surface for this collective as well, and this might be kickstarting some of your spiritual work, because a lot of times it goes hand in hand. You're setting things in motion though. Some of you might be, you know, consulting an external source, talking to, well, this could present itself as you communicating with your guides, your spirit team, maybe your higher self. Some of you might be finding a mentor to help you get through this. Some of you, what's the last message? I just had it. It's working with your gifts in general. It'll come back to me. If that message needs to come through, it'll come floating back. But you're putting things in motion. You're getting the ball rolling. This Wheel of Fortune, I'm just picturing it like spinning, and I'm also picturing these pentagrams are like spinning as well. So really, there's momentum that's being built here. These cards have been making me work for it lately. Oh, what direction does this need to? Okay. In the reversal, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Spirit, what about this Eight of Cups in reverse? It's almost like you're being called to just be still for a bit, while you're kind of rebuilding. I'm getting a rebuilding energy off of this Nine of Pentacles. While you're in the process of learning about yourself and learning how to show up confidently and securely, it's like things are being put on hold right now. You're not really seeing too much forward movement, because all the changes going on internally. So it's like everything kind of needs to be put on a halt externally while you're going through this internal change, and then things are going to start moving once you have a better grasp on this energy. And more on this Eight of Cups in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. While you're building towards this, yeah, okay. It's again, it's self-reflection, self-reflective energy, reflecting on the seeds that you've planted and what's coming to the surface. These seeds were, it seems, unintentionally planted. I just got sidetracked thinking about, I've got my love to keep me warm. That seems like such a random song for this, but it could just be a spiritual love or just love from the universe in general and the people that are around you. I don't know. It just keeps, it keeps coming into play here. So I will keep bringing it up if I need to, I guess. While you're in this holding period, while you're in this period of, I don't want to say stagnation because it's not stagnation, it's just stillness. It's quiet. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot of movement. But these seeds that have been planted here, that this individual is looking at, that are almost ready to be harvested, but just, he's in a state of appreciation rather than getting ready to harvest. He's just calmly keeping an eye, not gripping onto them, not questioning whether or not they're ever going to be ripe and ready for the picking. These seeds are your spiritual gifts and where your talents lie. And now that you're coming to this end of, I just saw 10:10 on my timer. So there's an end of a cycle here. There's an end of self-doubt. It feels like you're finally allowing yourself to step into this energy of authenticity. And so these things that you didn't even know that you had growing inside you are finally being released, and they're coming to the surface, and they're being accepted, and they're being appreciated. And you are the one appreciating them because you're appreciating yourself. You're appreciating yourself right now. And you're really seeing things for how they truly are. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands on the bottom. So let's see what else needs to come through for this collective. Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. I'm gonna shift these over a little. My spreads always end up going a little wonky. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna grab another deck. Got the High Priestess on the bottom. So this is still, we're not moving on past your spiritual abilities. It's more like there's a dynamic coming through here. There's some type of balance. Okay, I'm just going to clarify before I start yapping too much. All right, please give me clarity, Spirit, on these knights that came out. Clarify the Knight of Wands, please. Okay. The Knight of Wands was clarified again by the Knight of Cups and by the Five of Cups. And clarify this Knight of Cups. Okay. It just clicked. It's all coming together. There's that Seven of Pentacles again, so you've had that pop out twice. You're giving yourself the attention that you weren't able to give yourself, or that you weren't, let me start this over. You're giving yourself the attention in the aspects of your life that were overlooked by other people when you were younger. So if spirituality was something that was shunned in your childhood growing up, now you're the one in turn that's, I'm going to nourish these gifts. I'm going to embrace them because it was never encouraged, and it's something that I want to go into, you know? So you're filling that deficit, really. You're filling your own cups. You might be severing some connections when you do this. The spiritual path is not always a path walked with a lot of people surrounding you. Sometimes you lose friends, you lose partners, you lose family members. Not in like a physical way. I'm not saying people are dropping off and dying. I'm just saying like you're losing people because they're not aligned with you anymore. Maybe they think that you're batshit because you believe in spirituality, and you know, I don't know, maybe they think you're crazy because you can communicate with spirit. Some of you are like hardcore mediums, I'm getting, and you're like actively communicating with the dead. And this is something that maybe you told your parents when you were growing up and they just didn't believe you. Maybe they gaslit you. It wasn't encouraged. And now it's like you're finding that courage within yourself, that encouragement, I should say. And you're encouraging yourself. You're holding your hand along the way where someone else neglected to hold your hand for you. What else does this collective need to hear, Spirit? You know what? I don't know that there's anything that needs to come through with this deck. We're going to go with the traditional deck, Rider-Waite. Okay, let's see what advice Spirit would like to give you on your journey here. By the way, when I'm saying that the spiritual path is often a lonely one, I'm not saying be discouraged, because you're going to find people that you are aligned with. somewhere along this path. It's just having the trust and the willpower to set out alone, it feels like, for this collective. You're not always going to be alone. You've definitely got a hearty spirit team that's leading you along the way, leading you to where you need to be. And if you want to connect with other individuals who are like-minded, just put it out. Put it out to the universe, put it out to your spirit team, to your higher self, to lead you wherever you need to go. Okay, so we have the Emperor coming out. Really being encouraged to stand strong in your energy and stand firm in your convictions. The Emperor carries Aries energy as well. We have a lot of Pentacles for this reading too, so heavy on the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this Aries that's plopped himself in the middle of the reading is really encouraging you to trust the process. Don't doubt yourself. It might feel a little chaotic at times, but it's all par for the course. You're headed down a good path. All right, let's see. Any more advice, Spirit, for this collective? Knight of Wands has come out once again. Go boldly. I'm hearing go boldly. Don't let things shake you up too much. Sometimes we can't help it. Obviously, we're human beings. Things get thrown into our laps and, you know, we have to respond. I've got the Knight of Wands on the bottom of another deck as well. So this is a very relevant card for this collective. So fire energy coming through, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Heavy on the Aries though. Yeah, walk boldly. And I'm also getting that phrase, speak softly and carry a big staff. There's how does this want to come through? There's a gracefulness in the way that you're carrying yourself. There's a gracefulness in a silent power. Silent power is coming through. There's no force. You're not forcing anything. You're just strongly and passionately walking the course in your power. You're not forcing your beliefs upon anyone. You're not challenging other people combatively and challenging their beliefs. If they don't align with you, you're just calm, cool, collected, stoic, moving forward. Really, really solid energy that this collective is. I feel like you're already in this energy. But if you don't feel like you have your shit together, if you don't feel like you're really rooted and grounded in who you are as an individual, then it's on the horizon for you. There's power in silence. This keeps wanting to come through with this Aries. So this is leading me to deliver. If people are reaching out to you, if people are maybe being a little combative and they're trying to start some arguments, some disruptions, throw a little chaos in your path, there's power in silence. Sometimes it cuts people to the bone if you just do not respond, don't react, just stay in your own energy and stay strong on the path that you are going down. Especially if people are trying to really get at you and get to you and get you worked up, riled up. Non-reaction. Non-reaction is really being encouraged. Don't let people get to you. Obviously, you know, it's easier said than done. I always say this. It's easier said than done. We are human beings and we are going to respond to our surroundings. And I'm not encouraging anyone to just like act like a robot and don't process anything and don't react to anything ever. I'm just saying when people are trying to pester you, when they're trying to rile you up and get a reaction, provoke you, the best thing you can do is just walk away. Just ignore it. Act like it doesn't affect you. You can process it. You can, allow it to hurt. Feel the emotions that are arising. You're a human being. You're here to experience. Observe these emotions, but don't act on them in this case. Just distance yourself. Okay? All right, I think there might be a little bit more advice. Any more advice for this collective? Okay. If you have people in your surroundings that you cannot distance yourself from, if they are riling you up and you cannot put a distance between them, viewing them with empathy is going to be your best bet here. Viewing them as a damaged individual who is seeking to inflict pain on others because they want, misery loves company. That's the recommended approach right now with Spirit. If you can't just walk away from the situation, then lean in with empathy. Lean in with compassion. Understand that they are acting this way because they are deeply wounded and they are refusing to look at their own issues. They're refusing to take accountability. And I don't want to say that you're above them because I don't think anyone's above anyone, but maturity-wise, you are above them. You are more upgraded in the maturity aspect than these individuals are if they're stirring the pot. This being said, don't be afraid to set boundaries. Don't be afraid to, state your opinions if you have opinions that need to be stated. But really just don't let people discourage you from walking down this path if it's something that you are strongly feeling that you're being led down. Don't give your power away to other people. Just stand strong. I've got 22 on my timer. So where there are people challenging you and your beliefs, there are going to be others who embrace and love your beliefs and align with you. Let me make that painfully clear. If you are suffering from feeling a loss of people who are aligned with you and you feel like you're misunderstood, I can promise you there are people out there who understand you and will love you for the way that you are and the path that you're walking. And I say this because I've gone through it. It's easy to be misunderstood, especially when you come across as a little woo-woo out there. People tend to think that you're crazy because, I'm delivering messages with cards. She must be fucking wacko. Lock her up. All this to say, there are groups. I've found my people online. And, well, I feel that, lack every now and then because I don't have very many close friends in person that I can just hang out with and spitball ideas and do this kind of stuff with face to face. I've made some very solid friendships on the internet and found people who have helped me grow and, who are a little woo-woo in their own ways. And we really align and we mesh, and it's like just soul connection after soul connection recently, and it's been very rewarding and fulfilling. So if you are feeling a bit lonely and you're looking for a little bit of encouragement, I highly recommend going online, finding your people on there. I'm trying to build communities myself on TikTok, on YouTube, on probably Reddit when I go back on Reddit. Just, you can find your people. You can find your people. Just do your research. The internet is there for a reason. It brings all of us together from all walks of life, and it's conveniently located on your phone, on your laptop, what have you. So this is what I have for you, my lovely collective. Best of luck on your spiritual journey, and I will catch you on the next one.